What is up, Lightfighters? Thank you for tuning in today. I'm out in the woods with my cell phone. We're gonna make a video grunt-proof style. It works for him. We'll just copy the pros. But welcome to Lightfighters Anonymous. This is my YouTube page. And I noticed that there's some people asking some questions. Obviously they're coming up. Why are you so weird? What's with all the military gear? Is this a hobby? Are you a prepper? Are you preparing for the apocalypse? All the typical things. A big one, are you crazy? And the answer is...
There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time to stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
No, I'm not crazy, you're fucking crazy. But for real, what is Lightfighters Anonymous? What is the point of all this to me? Well, I'm just having fun first off. But for real, Lightfighters Anonymous originally is like play on the typical support group title, Alcoholics Anonymous, if you will. But I was originally gonna call it LARPers Anonymous because I've been playing Army as a little kid, fucking Nerf paintball, airsoft milsim, and then finally into this shit. Since I was tiny, and it's LARPing, but so what? I think it's effective training, and I'll get onto that. But I was going to call it LARPers Anonymous. I didn't want to deal with all the Renfest weirdos getting on my page. I could not handle them in the comments. So we called it Lightfighters Anonymous. That was a term I stole from one of my early mentors, Dr. Christopher Larson. When I started the Warrior Leader program when I was like 16 years old, still in high school. And that was a kind of a fun experience for me. I did it for 10 years. And then just got out about 10 years ago. So anyways, Lightfighter is a concept. What is it and what are we talking about? Well, traditionally Lightfighter as a concept is you're talking about dismounted patrolling operations or light infantry patrolling operations. Kind of encompasses a lot. There's better videos that can explain the light infantry concept than I can, and much more eloquently, especially like Dr. Christopher Larson's videos. But Lightfighter as a concept to me is kind of a martial art, if you will. And I like to take that word and break it apart. Martial meaning military, and arts being, practice of human expression, or some Oxford Dictionary definition for that word. But I like to actually call Lightfighter's concept martial arts and crafts. That's a joke. But we get pretty crafty in the field to achieve our goals. So I call it Lightfighter's concept. Lightfighter is a martial arts and crafts. Or just a martial art, if you will. So why do I do it? Well, I do it the same reason any martial artist practices the martial arts that they love. Like, I've done jiu-jitsu for a while, I liked it. I finally just got tired of getting smashed. Also sport judo, did that for a while. Really got tired of getting smashed. But I've done playing Army playing military games since I was a little kid. And why? Well, because one, I think it's fucking cool and fun. And shooting shit with your boys and conquering your enemies, seeing your foes driven before you is fucking badass. But why on a grandiose or more important scale, I guess, if you will, is because we are free people here in America, and we have the Second Amendment. And I'm sure most of you fellow autists on here are going to know the Second Amendment is the right to keep and bear arms. It shall not be infringed. Yeah, I get it all, but there's a whole nother line right before that talking about a well-regulated militia, and they wrote that first, and these guys were pretty smart dudes, even though they were literally my age and about to die in 10 years, but they were smart dudes of their time, very well educated, and I think the American experiment is not over and is not dead yet, so we need to retain our rights, and the Second Amendment is the teeth of the Bill of Rights. Oh, goddamn bugs. With rights, however, come intrinsic unspoken responsibilities. Now, bear with me. We have the right to freedom of speech here in America, but we also have the responsibility not to be an unbearable raging cunt in public, or people will attack us, and then other people will think it's probably okay or totally, appropriate due to the circumstances. We have the right to keep and bear arms and the right to a militia in America, but I believe we also have the responsibility to stay well organized, stay of sound body and shape, and then stay capable. Originally, when the Second Amendment was written, Jefferson and all those founding fathers, Adams, all those guys, had the idea that America was going to keep its power retained with the people and not up top of some big higher government that we don't know where it is or can't be described or grasped at. But I think the Lightfighter concept and Lightfighter martial arts, if you will, is the counter responsibility to your right to keep and bear arms. Being able to just shoot and punch holes in paper at 25 meters, prone supported, with a resting heart rate can be fun with your kids, but I think it's much more valuable and much more appropriate to the intent of the Second Amendment to learn to actually fight with these pinnacle weaponry that's still afforded to us as free people. I hope that makes some sense. All right, so to me, the Lightfighter concept as a whole is the counterpoint to your right to keep and bear arms. The Lightfighter is a martial art, if you will, and craft, and it requires you to stay in shape. It requires a certain lifestyle. Yes, it came back from a dated time where we thought we needed a militia, and you can think about that what you may. I don't care what you think about that. I don't think militia is a bad word at all, and I think you should agree with me. But this is the counterpoint to keeping and bearing arms. Staying in shape and being able to use them, and being able to use them as written and intended in the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment, our Constitution as Americans. So the Lightfighter concept, why is it dismounted patrolling? Why is it small units? Well, that's typically what has been afforded to us as free people, and that's what we still actually have as free people. I've got a group of buddies, we all have small arms, and we're proficient in rough terrain. We're quintessentially, a well-regulated militia of our time, except for we don't call ourselves that because we don't want to associate with all the bad associations. But the concept is still pretty true to a lot of Americans. So wrapping it all up, guys, I think the Lightfighter concept is just essentially fundamentally a martial arts practice, and that's what I do. It also keeps me in shape, and it's a lot of fun to do with the boys of like-minded individuals. We all like doing this stuff. So, and fundamental to the Lightfighter, guys, is shooting, moving, and communicating. I think a lot of people get way too fixated on the shooting. It is only a portion. The ability to move through rough terrain, and then also communicate. Got my radio here. That's what we're testing out today. Some radio stuff here in the woods is just quintessential. So, shoot, move, communicate, guys. It's a martial art. Deal with it. This is why I'm so weird. This is my hobby. This is what I like doing. I think it's the most American thing you can fucking do. So, duders, appreciate you all. You guys rock on. You guys stay sharp. And tell your mothers you love them. Signing off.